Verily we created man from a mingled drop of sperm, that we may test him, and so we made him hearing and seeing. These mingled drops are a blend. Perhaps this is a reference to the fusion of the male sperm and the female ovum during conception. Or perhaps it refers to the genetic material within the drop. The inherited traits, what science now calls genes, the carriers of the characteristics that define the human species first and later the individual traits of the offspring. It is to these genes that we attribute the journey of the human zygote as it develops into a human being, and not the offspring of any other species. It is also to these genes that we ascribe the inheritance of family traits, and perhaps this mingling refers to the various hereditary lines mixed within the drop. Thus, this being was fashioned by the hand of divine power from a mingled drop, not in vain, not by accident, and not for amusement, but to be tested and tried. God knows the nature of this creation, its test and the fruits of its trial, but it is His will that these unfold on the stage of existence, and that the results be woven into the fabric of creation, with consequences that reverberate through the universe. Thus, He endowed man with hearing and sight, granting him the means of perception so that he may receive, respond, understand, judge and choose. Through these faculties, man navigates his test, based on the choices he makes. Therefore, God's will in the propagation of this species and the continual emergence of its individuals through the means He ordained, the mingling of the drop, was not without wisdom. It carried a purpose, the purpose of testing this creature and determining its worth. Hence, man was given the capacity to perceive, to respond, to learn, and to choose, and everything in his creation, his endowment with faculties, and his trial in life was measured with precise intent. And so, alongside knowledge, He endowed him with the capacity to choose his path, and He made clear to him the straight way that leads to him. Then He left him free, either to walk upon it or to wander astray into those roads that lead nowhere near God. Verily, we showed him the way, whether he be grateful or ungrateful. God expressed guidance in terms of gratitude, for gratitude is the natural response that stirs the heart of the guided one. Once he realizes that he was once nothing worth mentioning, and that his sustainer willed him to become something of worth, granting him hearing and sight, and bestowing upon him the ability to know, then it is gratitude that first comes to the heart of the believer. And if he does not give thanks, then he falls into the depths of ingratitude, expressed here in a form that intensifies the meaning of denial and rejection. With these three touches, man feels the gravity and precision of his purpose.